wanna talk about sports. They need a resource where they can come talk about sports. They really be talk, but we know the facts. Stacks, yeah, that's where it's at. We the hottest on the map. This is our take on. This is our take on. Yeah, they need a resource. We got to just make up the choice.
What's good with it, everybody? Thank you so much for chiming in. He is your host, Mr. MP80Baby.
That's your host right there, Mr. GPG.
And welcome to
Our Take on Sports.
On this podcast, man, y'all already know what we do, man. We keep you in tune with all the latest information that's going on in the sports world. And we got a lot of sports that we're going to dive right into. We ain't going to waste no time on this show. Let's dive right in, my nigga. Let's do it. Hey, we got to talk about Mr. Shawn Kemp. Mr. Shawn Kemp, 55 years old. Mr. Shawn Kemp, he pleaded guilty to assault charges in a shooting that goes back to March of 2023. Okay, now nobody was hurt in the shooting, but if you guys don't know exactly what I'm talking about, you need to go back and check out that clip and read that information that's going on with Mr. Shawn Kemp. He will be sentenced in August. Now, prosecutors are asking for a 9-month jail term with a 1 year of Department of Corrections supervision, and of course, they want him to pay restitution. What you think about Mr. Shawn Kemp and that situation he got himself in, MP?
Ooh. Up in Washington parking lot. I mean, come on, Shawn Kemp, you gotta do better than that. I hate that, at the age that he is, that he's going through this. Shawn Kemp is one of my favorite players back in the day, especially when him and Gary Payton was together. He's human like the rest of us. I mean, if you go out there shooting reckless, you get caught, you got to do the time. So, I don't want to say I'm sorry, Shawn Kemp, because you did pull the trigger, but, I hate you got to, face what you got to face, but you got to face it man up, man. Just like you used to do on the basketball court. So, that's what I got to say. Again, you can't be up, especially, looking crazy in a what was it? Was it a mall parking lot? Washington State mall parking lot. So that means you shooting reckless where children and elderly people and just people in period, just out, just, and you, Shawn Kemp. So I don't know, man. That's what I got. That's my take on it. Hey, man, you do the crime, you got to do the time.
That's it. You do the crime, you got to do the time, man. That's it. You said it right there, man. He's lucky nobody was hurt. You know what I'm saying? If somebody had caught one of them stray bullets, you know what I'm saying? Now, I did read a little bit about the situation, him coming out, and I guess his car had gotten broken into, and a lot of stuff had been stolen, a jersey of Gary Payton, some throwback stuff, I guess some other stuff that had belonged to some coworkers and stuff that was in his car had gotten stolen out of it. And, I guess her phone, and he was able to track it a little bit. And pretty much that's how he ended up catching up with the guys, man. But like you said, he ended up doing that little shooting, and once you do that, you got to do that crime. You do the crime, you got to do the time. So I agree with you 1,000% on that, MP. 55 years old. He lucky he only got 9 months for that sentence. You know what I'm saying? That's all the prosecutors are asking for, So I know many people that's got a lot longer than that.
So hey.
It is what it is.
You'll be eating that prison food. You'll be all right.
Right. Going up in there, man. I don't know if you're dunking in that no more, man, but go in there and try to, make yourself useful. We'll lift some weights and maybe get some shots up on the yard. See what happens, man. We will move on, man, because we will get into the sports that's going on, the big sports that's going on right now. Everybody knows them NBA playoffs, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are up 3-1. On the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I didn't see it coming. I thought Minnesota would put up a little bit better fight. I was hoping for a 7-game series, but it looked like it might end probably in this next game. What you think about that series, MP?
Well, for one, I don't even understand what you just, I guess, from a fan base, I can see your point, what you just said, that you thought it was going to be a better series. I felt like this series is going to be exactly what it is because the struggles that I saw Minnesota have with Golden State without Steph Curry. So, you know, without the superhero, you still struggle with the role players. So I really believe that they wasn't supposed to. They made it, but this is what it is. I mean, for one, you got your bench. You know, when you come to Minnesota, I mean, you getting blown out. You can't. They dribbling the ball too much. That's what I'm gonna say. Anthony Edwards, I love Ant-Man. You know what he brings to the game and all that, but they're dribbling the ball way too much. Way too much. The bench is outscoring pretty much the starters. I think Anthony Edwards only scored 16 points. He was 1 for 7 for threes in his last game. Jaden McDaniel scored 22 points, but you had Alexander-Walker, coming up scoring 23, and Dante scoring 21 off the bench. But your team, your starters is not scoring. Both teams delivering, a shooting average about 50%, but that's without Minnesota starters really shooting. And we all know Ant-Man ain't doing his thing. The rest of them just look like the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I'm sorry, the kid is, he just showing his youth. That's it. He's young, man. He's young. And as much as we see that superstar in spurts, we gotta always remember he's young. Now, OKC are young, it's young too, but they have a different type of squad around them. They got scores all around them. Everybody can score on their own. Everybody can get open. Anybody can shoot threes. That's not okay. That's not Minnesota game. That's not their game. So, yeah, man, I really believe that, the series is definitely over. OKC should go ahead and close it out. Try to get them some type of rest, hopefully, banging on the Knicks, maybe winning the game in game 5 against the Pacers. But that's my take. What about you? What you see? What you see? Because Anthony's talking about he ain't getting the ball enough.
I seen SGA put up a 40-piece, 9 rebounds and 10 assists game. And he came out from the jump looking like the MVP, looking aggressive, looking hungry. And I saw Anthony Edwards just not come out aggressive at all. As a matter of fact, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said after the game? And if you didn't, MP wrote that clip, man.
You're 4 games in. What do you think about going back to OKC?
I feel good, man. Just try to get one and come back home.
And just the turnovers that they create, just what are you kind of seeing from that respect that made it harder to take care of the ball tonight than versus game 3?
You just can't play with the ball around them. Like, everybody on the team is handsy. Just can't play with it. Gotta, like Coach said, gotta pick one way and go, and then once they show you the heavy gap, get off of it.
How about what Nickeil and Dante gave you?
They was balling. Hopefully they carry that over to the next game, and we'll be all right.
It didn't seem like you were making that right play to bring him in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your sort of offensive process there? It's probably not as many points as individually.
Definitely not the the points I wanted to get, but they didn't really let me get too many shots off. They did a good job of that. Every time I had the ball, they showed me a major proud. So just making the right play, getting off of it. And my guys hit shots tonight, so big shout out to them.
Now, this man came out and said, that he didn't get enough shots to say that he struggled, But you watched the game, and I watched the game. Anthony Edwards is a superstar. Anthony Edwards is that dude. Anthony Edwards is a beast. And for him to come out with only 2 shot attempts in the first half, 4 points. Come on, man. Especially when you see the way SGA is coming out. You see the way Jalen Williams is coming out. You see the way Chet Holmgren is coming out. And you know what's crazy? Everybody else on the Minnesota Timberwolves actually got theirs. Like you just said, Dante DiVincenzo, Jaden McDaniels. Julius Randle is a no-show. He plays one game, he shows up the next. He plays one game, he shows up the next. He don't show up the next, Plays one game, don't show up the next. Plays one game, don't show up the next. That's Julius Randle. That's been his MO. That's the reason why teams have given up on him. And now you got Anthony Edwards out there, and he ain't being aggressive. Don't give me the stuff about you tired. Don't give me the stuff about the defense are playing you and you trying to make the right play. If you are that dude and you are trying, you don't want to be the face of the league, but you're in every commercial, you know what I'm saying, that we basically see on TV, So if you're going to be that dude, you're going to let somebody hold you to 2 shot attempts in the whole first half. I don't care what you do, what you say. You were not aggressive enough, and your team tried to pick up your slack, but they needed their superstar, and you just was a no-show, bro. That's what I saw last night.
We're not going, and to that, I'm not gonna cut Dort short. He is a lockdown defensive player. I just truly believe these boys not used to playing these long stretches in a series, and that's the difference. That's when we talk about playoff or championship DNA. That's what it is. It's not about the playoffs.
Lou Dort is a first-team defensive guy, man. Anthony Edwards is not supposed to let nobody in the NBA slow him down and at least keep him from only attempting 2 shots. That's what we're doing now. Look, I done seen great defenders in the league before, man. But Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Allen Iverson, these great players are not being held to 2-shot attempts in a conference championship game. It's not happening. Anthony Edwards, you way better than that. It's not happening, especially when you see SGA come out. If you see SGA come out like that, where the dog at? That dog and Anthony Edwards supposed to come out and match his energy, especially you at the crib. I'm disappointed, man. And now you guys going to go to the crib because y'all ain't getting out of OKC with no victory. It's over with.
I mean, I understand your take on that. I just want you to keep in mind though. Even the names that you name, those guys early in their career, especially early in their 20s, went through this right here, what he's going through. LeBron, Kobe. I remember Kobe getting out there, throwing an air ball, being booed when he first, got out there off the bench.
But they was putting up the attempts, MP. They was putting the attempts up, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he had to hit every shot that he takes, but you can't be held to 2 attempts. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just feel that people are putting him too high on a pedestal as far as, like you said, those names that you named, he hasn't, he's not there yet. He's not there yet. The fans are giving him that power to, but he's not there yet. He's not there yet. He has on his team, he has too many older guys, too many middle veterans that's in that middle stage. He has nobody else that's like running gun with him on that team. So we asking, the fans, sports fans asking a lot that, out of Anthony Edwards, putting a lot of pressure on him. I mean, and I understand what you're saying, but we are talking about a 23, 24-year-old that's, being told that he needs to take a team, Minnesota at that, to the championship. He can't do it by himself. Not going through the playoffs. He can't do it by himself. And they play, well, I don't think they played in the play-in, but that's the thing. It's the stretch. It's the stretch. I mean, look at their center. Gobert disappeared too. He disappeared too.
But we ain't really expecting that much from Rudy
man.
Gobert.
No, but we expect at least 15 rebounds a game. You can't go out there one game and get 22 rebounds, and then the next game you only get 8. All that matters. All that matters. All them second chance chances, and all that matters. Now I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not getting a pass, but I'm just giving it double devil's advocate on both sides, because the fans, and you gotta agree, asking a lot out of this 23-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that. I understand he's only 23 years old and, to be asking a lot, My thing is that you are the superstar on that team. You are an Olympian. You are a gold medal. Right now, you are in the top 5 in the best players in the NBA. All I'm saying is We need more aggression. Minnesota needed more aggression from you. You can't just be held to 2 shots. You see what happened in the second half when he took more attempts. They can't stop him when he's ready to go to the hole. You know what I'm saying? You can't. But you also got to develop a rhythm. And he ain't even giving himself a chance to develop a rhythm because you ain't taking those shots. Even if you miss them, you still got to take them. That's all I'm saying. You know, because SGA didn't have no problem taking those shots. Like I said earlier, this man ended up with 40 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. With that being said, as good as Oklahoma City is doing, is SGA the best Thunder that you've ever seen play?
And you asking me that right now?
I'm asking you that right now.
Well,
Is that the best player you've ever seen play in an Oklahoma City Thunder uniform?
How many seasons has SGA played? This is his fourth, fourth?
I think about that. Yeah. He's 26 years old.
Oh, he's 26. So yeah, about his third, right? About his third, fourth season, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm gonna say this. First off, I don't even have him above Kevin Durant. As far as best player OKC had in a uniform, I got Kevin Durant number 2 all time OKC player, and that's just because with the young Kevin Durant, he was lean, but he didn't know his body, but he was a scorer. He built his scoring. He was unstoppable. His offensive force.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You say you got Kevin Durant where?
Number 2 all time OKC player.
Well, who's number 1?
I'm trying to get you there, and I'm telling you why I got Kevin Durant there. You know what I'm saying? He was cool, but he just was lean. And, he didn't have that long length of time history with OKC, right? So my number 1 pick, OKC all-time player right now is Russell Westbrook. I watched Russell Westbrook break so many triple-doubles. History, take that team when everybody left and he still was there, put him on a back. No, SGA is not the all-time best yet. I don't care even if he wins the championship right now. He hasn't. Y'all, everybody's giving people too many accolades too quick. He hasn't done anything. Yes, he's a nice scorer. He's unstoppable. I like his offensive scoring is great, but he hasn't done zero to what Russell Westbrook has done. And you got to understand the playmaker that Russell Westbrook was, the rebounder, the scorer. Come on now. The versatility on the court that he had. He put his teammates in position because he always kept the assists high when he was there. You got to know Russell Westbrook brought the energy to OKC. So if you ask me the greatest OKC player of all time right now, it's going to be Russell Westbrook.
Completely disagree with you. I know what Russell Westbrook did in an Oklahoma City uniform, and I'll give him props for what he did. I really will. He broke Oscar Robertson's record, for triple doubles in a season, and he put up some stuff, but Russell Westbrook is not the best Oklahoma City Thunder player to ever play in a uniform. If SGA wins the title this year, which it looks like they probably will, I'm going to give it to SGA. Because he been did something. And hold on, let me tell you.
If we talking about right now, don't say if
right now.
He win. Don't say if he win.
Right now.
If right now, whether he win or not, is he the best?
Okay, if we talking right now, because the title hasn't been decided yet. Right? Kevin Durant is the best Oklahoma City Thunder player to ever put on a uniform if we talking right now. There is no way in the world Russell Westbrook is better than Kevin Durant. He's never been better than Kevin Durant, ever. He ain't never been the scorer, the sniper that Kevin Durant is. No way.
I didn't say he was better. I didn't say he's a better player as Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant left early out of OKC. Russell Westbrook had a long stretch there, and he has titles there. He'll probably be the first that really jersey get hung up in there. He broke history there in OKC. OKC is an exhibition team that came from Seattle, as you know. He broke history. Durant didn't break no history there in OKC.
Durant got Durant is an MVP in the Oklahoma City Thunder uniform. Let's look at the eye test.
Right?
Come on, MP. Let's look at the eye test. Let's look at the eye test, MP. You know, now you see Russell Westbrook and you see Kevin Durant, and both of them is in Oklahoma City, so they're younger. They ain't what they are right now. They're younger. They the good players right now. You gonna try to tell me that Russell Westbrook is better than Kevin Durant? No way.
I mean, Russell Westbrook, he won an MVP of the league too.
I understand.
So in an OKC uniform, so we can't say that we can't use the MVP of the league, against Russell Westbrook.
That's why I said the eye test.
Okay.
That's why I said the eye test.
Okay.
That's exactly why I said the eye test, because both of them got MVP hardware. Okay, but there's no way in the world that Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, is a better player than Kevin Durant. He ain't never been a better player than Kevin. He ain't been able to shoot the rock like Kevin Durant. He ain't been able to.
You're right. He's not better. He's not a better player than him. But we're talking about who's the best player that wore OKC uniform. And if we look at the stats, If we look at the stats, Russell Westbrook, he was named 9 times NBA All-Star and NBA Most Valuable Player Award in the 2016-17 season. He also won 8 all-time NBA team members, all in OKC. Durant didn't get this. And even like you said, Oscar Robertson, he did all that. He broke that record in OKC. Durant, yes, he's a better player overall than Russell Westbrook. But if we're talking about best player in OKC uniform, Westbrook had the longest stretch. He's going to have the best numbers, and that's just what it is.
I don't care about them numbers. I know when I seen both of them players in an Oklahoma City uniform, I seen both of them play in an Oklahoma City Thunder uniform, and Kevin Durant was a better player, in my opinion, than Russell Westbrook was. But with that being said, if SGA does win this title this year, because I don't want to drift too far off of what he's doing right now. If SGA wins this title this year, is he the best Thunder to ever put on that uniform?
I mean, would you say that SGA is the sole reason that they winning right now? I mean, that team is loaded. That team is loaded. That team is loaded. Yes, I like his versatility and all that stuff, but that's a lot for you. We just talking about Anthony Edwards. Talking about, that we could say the same thing about it. Okay, is Anthony Edwards the best?
He's eating Anthony Edwards alive right in this series. Anthony Edwards alive.
He is. But if we say that's the same thing, just stretch that Ant on had with Minnesota right now, would you put him up against Kevin Garnett? Would you know what I'm saying right now? Because Kevin Garnett had a longer stretch in the Minnesota. His numbers, going to look better. I mean, I don't know my numbers guy, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I give it to him. If he win MVP, because he won MVP of the league, correct? If he win MVP,
he's the MVP of the league. He led the league in scoring. Right. He's got the best record in the NBA, and now he's about to take his team to the title.
If they go to the title and win, and he win MVP of the championship, then it'll be a good argument. But
you have to give it.
But against Russell Westbrook, not against Durant. Durant don't have no accolades in like that to hold up against MVP of the league, MVP of the championship, scoring title, and all that. Because them are numbers. Exactly what I'm talking about. Now you want to count numbers.
Kevin Durant is how many time MVP scoring? He's a scoring title champion.
OKC,
the MVP. He's an all-star. I mean, this dude. I mean, he's got all the accolades.
Not with OKC.
He's got everything.
Though. Not with OKC. We talking.
Yeah, he does.
He didn't have
the only thing he doesn't have with OKC is the championships.
Right.
He's got everything else. And that's he got those in Golden State.
Russell Westbrook got way more better numbers.
He played there longer.
Exactly. So now I'm saying
he was a better player. That don't mean that. That don't mean that. That don't mean that. That don't mean. I mean,
I guess that all depends on how you define the question that you asked me.
I guess you can look at it like that. You can look at it like that. Spend too much time on that one, man, because we do got to move on because there is another conference championship that's going on over there in the East. You know what I'm saying? The New York Knicks, they found themselves down 3-1 against the Indiana Pacers, and I think you and me talked about this on one of the other shows, and you swore up and down. You told everybody to don't ride with the person on the other side of the screen, talking about Mr. GPG, to ride with you, talking about the New York Knicks was on their way to the NBA Finals, that the Indiana Pacers wasn't going nowhere. Now the Pacers are up 3-1. Are you ready to say that you was wrong? Are you ready? Or are you still trying to sit there and ride with the New York Knicks to get to the NBA Finals?
I was definitely wrong. Hey, I didn't expect the New York Knicks to be soft in the middle. Like, when your cornbread ain't cooked all the way, they soft in the middle in the fourth quarter and give up a 15-point lead in both games at home. How do you do that? How do you do that? So, not both games at home, but one game in Indiana and then one game at home. I don't understand that. You let Halliburton come back and shoot a clutch 2-pointer in game 2. I'll get it. Okay, game 2, game 3, when he did the choke sign, yeah, they done, man. They done. They cooked, man. I'm sorry. Spike Lee, he had the towel on his head tonight. He done. He knows it's cooked, man. Nobody comes back from a 3-1 deficit.
Orange and blue skies. Orange and blue skies. That's what I hear these fools talk about on TV. Orange and blue skies, that's what's supposed to be happening. No. I told you when this series started that I picked the Indiana Pacers to get to the NBA Finals, whether they was playing against the New York Knicks or if they was playing against the Boston Celtics. It didn't make no difference to me, and I'm sticking with them. Now, this series ain't over by no means. Don't get me wrong. It's still 3-1, and the New York Knicks are going home, and they got a chance to do something in this next game in Game 5. But if they don't win this in Game 5, it's a wrap, and it's just done. I don't believe the New York Knicks are going to win 3 games in a row to overcome what Indiana's done. And Tyrese Halliburton, did you see what the boy did tonight? Come on, man. The boy is ridiculous. The boy had 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 15 assists, and no turnovers. No turnovers.
The coach is smart. He made it easy for Halliburton. He's playing most of his squad. He's playing everybody on the bench. They outrunning the 7 rotation squad over there in New York. And I don't understand, how do you even come into a game like this, a series like this, only ready to play 7 players on your team?
I will give him credit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to cut you off because he did go a little deeper, MP. He did go a little deeper into his bench. I just wanted to just point that out to you. So go ahead. But he did play a little bit more players in Game 3, and he tried to do it again tonight. He tried to mix up the little lineup, starting Mitchell Robinson at the center, and he tried to play a few more players, Landry Shamet, and a couple other players that he did have on his bench. So I'll give Tibbs that credit. But go ahead. I hear what you're saying. You do got to play your boys a little bit more.
He did make some adjustments, like you said. This the game that they just played in, and like you said, Game 3. But by that time, you down 2-0. It's kind of too late to kind of try to figure out who you can play on your bench. That's how I'm looking. You got to be 10 steps ahead of your opponent. That's what I feel. And I feel like he should have did a better job. I know he tried to put Hart on the bench and the other players and try to make the bench get a little bit more fire. But these adjustments, that's why you see Steve Kerr make these adjustments, these lineup adjustments each series. Each series is different. You got to make adjustments and you got to be on point about it. Like you can't fail your team like this and your team is exhausted. The all-star 5 players look exhausted. Indiana is running them up and down the court. Now, what I would say before I give it to you is, the way what I do see in Indiana, they're pros. They run hard, but their lows, when they not pushing the ball and got to play half court, ooh, they're in trouble. So OKC, if it is an OKC and Pacers matchup, I really believe OKC will probably have the better, favor.
Yeah, I agree with you on that as far as their half court. When the Indiana Pacers are at their best is when they're pushing the ball, when they're running up and down the court, and they're making the defense scramble all over the place, trying to find the shooters that are on the 3-point out there on the perimeter. And when they get into their little half court set, that's when they start getting a little stagnant. You know what I mean? I did see Big Cat. He's taking advantage of Miles Turner, and he's eating those guys up down there, man. But he can only do so much. Big Cat trying, man. He playing, he hitting the three. You know what I'm saying? He's being aggressive, taking the ball to the hole. Jalen Brunson is trying. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think New York has enough. When you lose without Jalen Brunson, Big Cat, and OG Anunoby, those are the only players you really got to worry about scoring. Now, Nickeil Bridges is a scorer a little bit, but he's so sporadic. One man, he's going to give you all the energy. He's going to give you all the defense and the hustle, but he don't score all the time to be consistent enough for me. Josh Hart's the same way. He's going to give you all the offensive rebounding. He's going to give you all the defense, but he don't score the ball enough. So the only people they got scoring is Brunson, Big Cat, and OG. You know what I'm saying? OG Anunoby. When you got Halliburton and Neesmith and Nemhart and Siakam and Miles Turner, and then you can come off the bench with Obi Toppin hitting threes like that big three that he hit to seal this game tonight. You got to give it up for the Indiana Pacers, man. Right now, them boys they strong. They strong enough to me to get past the New York Knicks, but you're absolutely right. If they get past the Knicks, because we're not going to be too premature, if they do get past the Knicks and they do play Oklahoma City, if they get past Minnesota, because we're not going to be too premature, then I think that Indiana's going to be in trouble, because SGA and Oklahoma City, that's just a fine old machine this year. So I have to give it up.
We'll go ahead and move on. I know you wanted to talk some on the UFC fights that's coming up June 7th.
I want everybody to keep their eyes on fights that's going to happen June 7th. The UFC fight night is coming up. We got the rematch between Merab Dvalishvili versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. Now, if you didn't see that first fight, it was a good one, man. Everybody was surprised Sugar Sean took that L, but you got to give it up for Merab, man. That boy fought, man. He fought. He was in and out. He had Sean off balance. Go back and check that fight out, man, if you guys didn't see it. Another good fight for the ladies, man. Juliana Pena. She's fighting Kayla Harrison on that same card for the women's bantamweight title. Now, if you don't know who Juliana Pena is, she is that girl that ended up fighting Amanda Nunes and took her belt from her in a really good close fight. But they did have a rematch. Amanda did end up avenging that loss. But that is a good fight between two women. I think you guys should check that out.
Sounds good. Well, definitely, I'm sure everybody will be checking out the UFC, and you definitely going to be giving the breakdowns, right, on the reclip, showing your reviews and your take on how the fights go, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to break down everything that happened in both of those fights. So y'all stay tuned, man. After June 7th, the next show that we do, I will be breaking down those fights and telling everybody what my opinion is on those fights. We will move on, man. We will move on, because we ain't going to forget about the baseball lovers that are out there that are watching our show. We don't forget about baseball, man. We give it up for baseball. We love baseball, man. We ain't going to spend too much time on it because it is so many baseball games. But I will tell everybody what's going on in the baseball world. Now, the baseball in the American League in the East, the New York Yankees are leading their conference, 33 wins, 20 losses. In the Central, you got the Detroit Lions that are 36 wins and 20 losses. And in the AL West, you got the Seattle Mariners that's over there doing their things on the West Coast. They are 29 and 23. Now we go to the National League. The National League, we got the Philadelphia Phillies that are leading the East with the 34 win and 19 loss record. They doing their thing over there in Philly. They got some close competition. Them Braves is right there on them. And in the Central, we got the Chicago Cubs. They playing some surprisingly good baseball right now. They got 33 wins and 21 losses. And over here on the West Coast, you got the LA Dodgers that's running things on the West Side. 34 wins, 21 losses. That's what's going on in the baseball world. You got anything you want to add, MP?
Oh man, it looks like it's rounding up to be, a good quarter going into, All-Star weekend or whatever, mid-season and whatnot. So I'm hoping the Braves, they look like they starting to try to get their momentum going. They had a little streak at one time, but you know how it is. The Dodgers, of course, we already talked about them. We figured they was going to be top of the list, and of course, New York Yankees. They want to get back and maybe try to get their rematch against the Dodgers. So it'd be good to just see how unfold going into the rest of the summer.
Agree with you, man. I'm keeping my eyes on the baseball world. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep my eyes on them Arizona Diamondbacks, man. I like the D-backs, man. We had a 500 record right now. I think we like 27, something like that, man. We ain't really doing too good. Something like that. 17, I think that might be it. It's 500. That's what it is. That's what I do know. D-backs got to play better. Hopefully they can turn it up a notch, man, and see what happens, man. They got a tough division over here in the West, though. I'll tell you that. What else you got for me, man? What else you got for me on the sports tip?
Let's go. We're going to end this on a note with the news with your Green Bay Packers, your OTAs, and I'm going to talk about my Falcons OTAs, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. So drop a little details on what you know about what's going on with your Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers, man, they started their OTAs, man. We started yesterday and did a little bit more today, and mini camp starts mid-June. And right now, they looking pretty good, man. We just trying to get everybody acclimated, man, into the system. We got, of course, our new rookies, Savion Williams. He looks explosive. He's that guy that's going to be able to do a little bit of everything. And, of course, our number one draft pick, Mr. Matthew Golden, with that 4.29 speed that he brings to that Green Bay offense, man. I believe that that's going to be a great addition to my wide receiver room. I'm looking forward to seeing what Marshawn Lloyd can come and with him and Josh Jacobs in the backfield. I think that could be a great 1-2 combination right there if he can stay healthy. You see, he did have some appendix issues and stuff like that. But I expect some big things from my Green Bay Packers, man. We off to a good start in OTAs.
Sounds good. Well, big Falcon news with our OTAs. Kirk Cousins,
talk to me.
No show. Like I'm sure most America figured. But MP, Michael, he was there, no problem. He's not worried. He's stepping in, giving the offense a little buzz. So, Falcon fans, you know what time it is. Get up out the seats, go out there to the training camp, watch the OTA, give your boy some support. You're gonna need it because you got a sophomore coming in running the team this year, and clearly he might not have no support with Kirk Cousins. But I did hear that him and Drake London are connecting like 1, 2, 3. So hopefully we can get Pitts on point, this year, because he looked scarce last year. He was looking ugly. I was hoping we could have made some movements with him, but apparently we're gonna keep him. So I'm looking forward to see what we do, and see how the summer unfold. Hopefully no injuries happen. How training camp and all this stuff, OTAs be in practice, where stuff happens. So hopefully everybody stay healthy and can get up out of there and can get to preseason and can get to regular season. So that's my take on them Falcons. You guys already know we're going to keep you updated. Talk to me.
It's the stuff I hear about Kirk Cousins. They said something about if the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers don't work out, that Kirk Cousins is on the Pittsburgh Steelers radar? Did you hear something about that?
Yeah, I did hear that coach, he was mad, Bradshaw, I know he was mad about them not doing what they were supposed to do, getting a quarterback, especially in Shador. He don't want your boy there, Aaron Rodgers. So I'm all for it. Ship him up out of here. We just got to get, we got to get what we want. You know, I mean, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. So, hey, I'm all for it. You know, if it happens, it happens. But y'all know what time it is, man. This is our episode right here, 38, our take on sports. We love you. We appreciate y'all tuning in. That's your host, my co-host, Mr. GPG.
Right, all right. And that's your host right there, Mr. MP80Baby.
And this is
Our take on sports.
It is, man. We're going to holler at y'all, man. Peace.
All right. Peace.
What they talking about? They talking about what?